Hey, it's Wisdom Week on the Follow Through. I'm Pastor Fred. Great to have you with us. I want to ask the question, where does true wisdom come from? Now, there's a lot of wisdom out there. TikTok's full of them. You got TED Talks. You got a million podcasts all saying that they have wisdom for you, something that you got to hear, something you got to do. But where does true wisdom come from? And I think it comes from God. And it's really the only wisdom worth looking at. Now, again, other forms of wisdom, like if somebody gives you business wisdom or financial wisdom, that's okay. It's going to help you. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But again, God's wisdom is going to take some techniques in terms of financial matters, and He's going to use them to help other people. Whereas, someone might use that same financial wisdom to help themselves. And to cheat other people or exploit or do any of those other things. See the difference? God's always going to use it to bring hope to people in the world. Okay, so Proverbs chapter 2, let's look at it, verse 6. The writer of Proverbs says, "For the Lord gives wisdom." So the Lord gives wisdom. "From His mouth come knowledge and understanding." And right in there, you can see a pretty good idea of what wisdom really is, because we can get kind of cloudy when it comes to what wisdom is. It Gandalf from Lord of the Rings? Is that wisdom? Is that guy on that TED Talk or on that podcast? Is that wisdom? And to me, okay, if it's about God's word, if it's something that came from God, then that's going to be God's wisdom. That's going to be true wisdom and the best kind of wisdom. And wisdom really is, and you'll see it, those two things in there, knowledge and understanding. Right? Because you can have knowledge, but not really understand, and this is the biggest point, how to use it. I think that's where wisdom comes in. And I know a whole lot of people who know a whole lot of things, but may not be wise. See, the wise person is able to say, okay, we've got this, let's say, financial reality of keeping a good budget or something like that, and maybe you got some knowledge on how to do that. But again, the understanding is, how do I do that? Do I just drive myself crazy because I got to be perfect? You see, that's where the understanding comes in. And you'll have like tons of compassion for yourself and for others. But if not, you're going to be ruthless. You're going to be kind of nasty about it, and deny yourself and deny everybody else and be mean about it. And again, using the same knowledge about financial matters, but one says, how do I use this in God's way and for God's purposes? That's where we're talking when it comes to wisdom. And I want to encourage you with that when we want wisdom, we go to God, we go to His Word. There we get the knowledge about Him, but also the understanding or the wisdom, which means that it applies to us, like that He really does love us. See, that's the ultimate in wisdom, is knowing, okay, I see some words in the Bible that Jesus bled and died, on a cross, but the wisdom says that's for you, and now you're forgiven, and now you get to live a life that is quite extraordinary and filled with freedom, with love, hope, and joy. So let's get this message out to the people around us. You can do that. One of those ways is just share this video. You can also hit that subscribe button, and you'll get these videos each day when they drop at 6 a.m., nice and early. Don't have to worry about it. It'll just show up in your inbox. So we'll talk to you next time for another follow-through.